Last week on my epic Canadian road trip, I reached the center of Canada and began my journey through the Canadian prairies and plains. I encountered the most mosquitoes I have ever experienced in all of my travels and took myself on a date in Winnipeg to the Winnipeg Art Museum and explored the city a little to get a feel for the Canadian gateway to the west. After I left you in the last video, I drove and drove and drove some more. We made it! We're making it across the Great Plains!
This is the current state of my Jeep right now. She's very muddy. Very muddy. Very dirty. Very muddy. Freedom isn't free.
You guys can't see me, but my hair's a mess. Everything's a wreck, and I've had quite an emotional day. But you can't see my face, but I wanted to show you this beautiful view. I didn't record a lot of it because I was having one of those days where I just felt like I needed to be present and be not recording and thinking about what I was going to record. I was, to be honest, very much in my feels. I mean, I, on a whim, decided to go to this spot that I found on iOverlander instead of driving another 4 hours because I was getting tired and I needed a spot to just chill, and I came across this. I really just did not feel inclined to take the camera out, though. Occasionally, some things you just have to have for yourself, you know? But this might have been the most beautiful sunset I think I've ever seen. And I've seen some pretty good sunsets in the past couple of weeks, but I don't know. There's just something spectacular about being alone on top of a hill, watching the sunset, and you're not sharing it with anybody but yourself, you know? It really, really forces you to go inward and to experience the experience. So that is why I did not take video of it, but I wanted to share the end of this sunset here. We are in Alberta now. I'm a mess. I'm emotional. I had several moments where I was just very in my feels today on my drive, which is normal and good, and I just have been processing a lot of stuff. I'll see you guys in the morning when I get a good night's sleep. These will be one of the better night's sleeps I've had in the past couple of days because it's so quiet. There's nobody here. I think people often like to describe the prairie and plains of central Canada as boring or lacking in beauty, but I really have to disagree. There is something beautiful in the wide open space that spans for miles and miles. It's a breath of fresh air. Watching the golden grasses glow and the colors of the prairie deepen as the sun rises above the horizon is so ethereal. These are the lands where buffalo used to roam, and the indigenous people of this region have thrived longer than we have been able to drive through the plains without noticing the intricacies and the life that lives under the big blue open skies. There comes a time in every YouTuber's life where they have to spend time editing and answering emails and doing all the work that it takes to create these videos. And today I did just that. We left the campsite, and first I went to a coffee shop where I could only park for 2 hours. Then I went to a Starbucks that did not have any place to sit to edit. Then I also went to a Tim Hortons. But once I got to the Tim Hortons, I learned that all of their power plugs did not work. And then finally I made it to another Starbucks and I got some work done, and now we're sitting here in the parking lot getting ready to drive to our next camping spot here in Alberta. It's going to be on Crown Land just outside of Banff National Park. I'm super excited. I have made it all the way to the Rockies almost, and I'm super excited to go to this camp spot. So we gotta drive. We gotta drive for about 6 hours and we'll get to the spot. And then we're gonna slow down and spend several days in the Rockies enjoying our time. I need to eat a meal. I am very hungry. So we are at a campsite. And I'm sorry to those of you who don't like people who sing everything, but that's just who I am. I sing anything and everything. It's just how I am. I think it's the soul in me that I have. I've been practicing this thing. In all honesty, this is something I've been practicing, talking a lot about with my therapist, is taking care of myself. That's something I'm not very good at doing. And so we're working on this trip, practicing stopping every time I'm hungry, I have to go to the bathroom, and not pushing forward and hurting myself basically by not taking care of myself. So I think this is something that maybe a lot of people do, and I don't know who needs to hear this, but take breaks, y'all. When you're driving long distances, take as many breaks as you possibly want. Plan for more time, if you can, to take breaks. And eat snacks when you're hungry, and cook when you're hungry, and go get yummy, delicious desserts and things if you can afford it at places when you're hungry and you're driving and you're stressed. I don't know who needs to hear that, but this is something that apparently I did not know how to do, and I realized by talking to my therapist about it that I have a hard time taking care of myself. I'm going to cook right now because I'm not in a rush. There's no rush. If it gets too dark when I'm trying to find a camp spot, that's what my bright lights are for. So that's what we're doing. A little embarrassed about how dirty my stove is, but what camper doesn't have a dirty stove? I feel like that's a sign of you actually go camping. Here are my veggies. This is like my go-to camp meal. Chop some veggies up, stir fry it on my little stir fryer skillet thingy, and then I make some noodles. And put some soy sauce and chili sauce in those. So yummy. Oh, yeah, baby, so good. Check it out, it's lunchtime. I wish I had some green for this, but I'm like obnoxious about my noodle eating. I love noodles in every type, shape, form. They're so easy to make, so delicious, and so healthy for you because you end up stir frying a bunch of veggies together. I'm gonna eat, clean up, and then get back on the road because we're trying to get to the Rockies. I want to get to the mountains. West Coast is the best coast. Good morning, everybody. We have made it to just right outside of Banff, and it's so beautiful. Oh, trees. And I think the forest is where I'm the happiest because, you know, all the exploration through deserts and plains and all sorts of different types of places, high deserts. There's something about the mountains. I freaking love mountains. Oh, it feels so good to be up here. Got a really good night's sleep. I was pressing to wake up for sunrise and get drone footage and stuff, but then I was like, you know, I've been driving, and I should just chill. So I slept in a little bit, and today I'm going to go into town, do a load of laundry, and go to a hot spring. It's a developed hot spring because I really need a shower. I think it's like $7 Canadian to go. I went there with my grandma years ago. And so I'm going to go there again and relax my muscles and my brain and my body before doing some exploring here in Banff. And yeah, just enjoy my time here. It's so beautiful. And I love the smell of pine. Oh, it smells so good. It's so beautiful. I should turn the camera around. Why am I recording my face when there's this? So stinking pretty here. I bet you it's so pretty here too when it's been snowing a little bit. Okay, while I munch on my breakfast, I am going to give y'all the current stats for this trip. We're coming in less than we thought, money-wise. So I posted on my Instagram to share with everybody, but I wanted to share here too. Stats so far, I've gone 2,021 miles, 3,252.484 kilometers from West Michigan all the way up to where I am now outside of Banff. I spent $543 US, 702.5 cents Canadian in fuel. My fuel economy has been 50 miles per gallon or 15.7 liters per 100 kilometers. So it's actually, not cheap, obviously. It's not like my fuel economy has been super great, but I've been also going off-road and, driving up hills and doing stuff, city driving and stuff. So that's not my highway fuel economy. But it's not like great, obviously. I mean, other cars get better. Yeah, so those are my stats. Yeah, we are going to slow down the pace now. Spend some time here in Banff. I just need to wake up and recover from 2,000 plus miles of driving. So I'm taking it slow this morning. I committed a crime towards myself and I forgot to get more coffee at the store when I went grocery shopping yesterday. So wish me luck. So I guess that's what we will be doing immediately when we get into town here in a couple hours.
Comment if this is a bad idea or not, but when I'm going down hills on back roads, I usually put it in neutral just because, I don't know, it saves gas and it's kind of fun to ride the neutral down. So, I don't know.
There's so many people here, y'all. Get me out of here.
Holy-ish, y'all. It is so busy in Banff. It is tourism season for sure. But I got my laundry done, yay. So I'll have clean clothes after I go to the hot spring, which will probably, it's kind of a warm day, so I don't think it's going to be that busy, but I'm still going to go. My muscles are tired from driving, so let's go to the hot spring and I'll take y'all along with me. I also bought some more iced coffee. So, because I'm lazy. I really don't have time to make coffee. That's how you know you're not doing as well as you could be doing if you have no time to even make coffee in the morning. So, headed to the hot spring. I'm being an ultimate tourist right now, but my main motivation is to have a shower and wash my hair. Hopefully it's not so hot. It's such a warm day, it's almost not worth going to a hot spring, but probably feel good on the muscles. So beautiful up here. Not too bad today. Feels so good. Yeah. Oh my god. Look at that view.
Look at it. So pretty. Here's the locker. You're not supposed to film in here, but you get a little quarter that you put in here and you lock your stuff. And now I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm feeling some extra good energy at the moment after that really nice soak and really nice shower. And I think I'm gonna go into town and treat myself to this cute little cafe that looks like you could potentially meet people there because I'm feeling in a social mood. So we're gonna go, I'm gonna bring my book so that there is some kind of aversion, you know, if I feel awkward about sitting there alone. Bring my phone and I can listen to music and read my book and have a good meal. There's like chairs and stuff around a campfire. You never know, I might meet my next lover there. Well, it's kind of dead here. Looks cool in the pictures online though. This is what I got. I'm excited because I'm an adult woman. Well, we're walking through the park now. You know, I didn't meet the love of my life at this cafe. It was the only cafe in all of Banff that was this empty. And so now we're walking around looking for trouble. No, we're not looking for trouble. We're just enjoying the day because I'm probably going to camp at the camping overflow tonight. So it's not going to be a very comfortable spot to camp. But so I'm just walking around, enjoying life, talking to my mom, and yeah, vlogging. It's really beautiful. Oh my god, almost died. Could you imagine this being in your backyard, like living here? Oh, I don't, who is it? Oh no, I just sat down on a muddy booty all muddy. So I sat in some mud in that last clip on accident, and now my butt is muddy. How am I supposed to find the love of my life if my butt is muddy and wet? But then it also begs the question, would I want to date someone who cares about if my butt is muddy and wet? Probably not. I'm practicing vlogging in front of all of these people. I just have to not give. Never even see these people ever again. And yeah, but I hate it. I hate this feeling. This sucks. Y'all, I'm in the parking lot of Lake Louise. Got here at like 6:30 and the parking lot was already pretty much full. I got like maybe one of the last little parking spots. And yeah, there is a lot of people here. And you might be asking, like, Louie, why don't you go do a hike that is in the middle of nowhere and take your Jeep down a 4x4 road and go on a really good hike? That is just like really does not feel safe to me at this moment. Personally, I would rather be hiking in bear country with a dog at least. So I decided to choose a trail that is a bit on the busier side, just because it, you know, but there could be bears, but at least there's more of a warning for the bears. Like they know there are people on the trails and stuff. So I'm gonna do a very, very trafficked hike today to a tea house called the Six Glacier Plain. See, I should know this. I texted my mom what it was though, just in case. Bringing my phone tracker, bringing bear spray, bringing extra food, bringing my camera gear. It's gonna be a good hike. It's about a 7 to 8 hour hike. Could be longer if I just decide to lollygag a bit more. Yeah, but there's so many people here. It's gonna be a warm day. It's gonna be really pretty. And sadly, we have to do it alone. Yeah, it's just, you know, it didn't feel right for me to hike alone in grizzly country, so we're not doing that.
Little Stan. I've had these boots for like 5-6 years now. I love them. They fit perfectly. And the soles are so good. Alright, we're setting off. This is a long ass hike, so this is gonna take literally all day long. Wish me luck, y'all. Beautiful Lake Louise. So pretty. Love this spot. Yay, so I'm so excited about this hike because it's a hike to a teahouse, and nothing tickles a tourist more than hiking and then eating. So what's really cool about it, I was reading, is that every year they helicopter in all, the summer supplies, and then people hike to work there. It's owned by the same family that it's been owned by since like I think the 30s. And yeah, so if they need more supplies, the people hike it up there. It's about a 5.5 kilometer hike, which I think is around 4-ish miles, something like that. So that's pretty stinking cool. I'm a little nervous about hiking this hike in grizzly territory alone, but I got my bear spray. There's plenty of people on the trail, and we're just gonna make noise. So we have to hike 2 kilometers past the lake and then up the steep hill to get to the teahouse. I love alpine hikes. I love them so much. I heard a huge tumble. That might have been the glacier calving. Holy crap. It's kind of interesting to see this glacier compared to a tidewater glacier, which is in southeast Alaska. There's a bunch of those, versus glaciers that are within the earth. I gotta figure out what the technical term is, but yeah, it's cool to see the difference in them. And I think these ones calve too. It sounds like a clap of thunder. That's what it sounds like. Well, that was a very cool experience to have, eating coffee cake and drinking coffee on the side of a mountain. It's a bit pricey, but it's an experience. I had to do it. I had to support the people working up there, and this cool trail, so very worth it in my opinion. Highly recommend. Just such a novelty. They were so friendly there. You can ask them all the annoying questions like, do you see bears? Do you live here? Which they do live there, and they haven't seen bears up here this year, so that's kind of cool. This whole area is evidence of where the glacier used to be, because it's carved out through there. And the reason why Lake Louise is blue like that is because of the glacier flower that comes from the glacier. So we'll have to look up how far it has receded in, the past 100 years, but I assume it probably came out much further than this at one point. And yeah. Oh my god, it's so beautiful.